So what I love about doing these shoots with folks locally is really the beyond what you're doing here. It's like the history of these properties and the people behind it. And I always learn a ton about what was going on in this town before me and what's happening in the future. You grew up in Point Pleasant, or?
I grew up in Point Pleasant.
Okay.
Went to school in Point Pleasant Beach High School.
Me too.
That's where I met my wife. And we started dating in 1974 when we were juniors in high school. We're still together. I first started out, I was in the excavating business. And my wife worked with me, driving the dump truck.
Wow.
And we were looking for a place to, with garages and stuff. And this property came up for sale, which it used to be called Macon Mason Supply, where they sold block and bricks and cement and all that. Made a deal. We just got married, so we needed a place to live. There's an apartment upstairs. And this is where we started.
Oh, great.
We figured, we had a place for the trucks and the machines and all that. And decided, well, we need to do something else. So we opened a garden center here. That's how we started out.
So as soon as you bought it, you turned it into the garden
did.
center?
We
Okay.
did.
And why that? Why the garden center?
Well, it kind of went with the excavating and landscaping
Yeah.
work that we did, and there really wasn't one in town.
Right.
There was plenty of property here, so we started that, and we were very successful with that. And after probably 4 or 5 years, we started to dabble into furniture, and that started to, take over quite a bit. So eventually we went totally furniture, and we still do some of the garden center stuff, the ornaments and statues and things. And after 41 years, this is where we are, still
amazing.
going strong.
And it was always the Railside.
It was always a Railside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Who came up with the name?
Well, we were trying to think of a name, and then the train went by, and it was a no-brainer.
Pretty easy, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. That's great. For folks that really know this area well, that they might know the connection that you have to also across the street, across 35 is what used to be the Southern House,
Right.
which is your brother's property.
It was.
And then your other brother has Brave New World.
Yes.
So
Yep.
Was all of that, who was the first to lock down property this close?
Brave New World started first.
Okay.
Then after that, then Southern House started. And after that got going, that's when I actually moved. I used to keep my equipment over there. And then when I bought this place, then that's when we
They were
moved over
thrilled.
to here.
They're
Yeah.
thrilled to get your dump trucks out of their driveways.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad. I didn't have many.
Oh, yeah. That's
So,
great. And everybody's, obviously, I'm sure you've been harassed with this question over your entire life. And dare I ask, people are still wondering when Southern House is going to reopen. What is it, 30 years later, probably?
Yeah, it's close to that, yeah. They still want it, and
Yeah.
it's tough. The only bad thing is when people wanted directions, it was just easy to say across from Southern House, and they knew right where we were.
Right.
Yeah.
Across from the country farms, it's
Yeah.
not so much.
No.
When we got here, you shared some images of your father having a ferry boat that I'd never seen before or heard of in Point Pleasant Beach on the Manasquan, the first ferry boat to come in.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, that was back in the early 60s. He was in a restaurant business. He was in it his whole life. And he got an idea to buy an old ferry boat that used to run across the Hudson River. It was called the Cranford. And he wanted to bring it down and turn it into a restaurant nightclub. He showed up one morning in the Manasquan River with a giant ferry boat, and they wouldn't open the train bridge for him.
That is crazy. So they wouldn't open it because it was too wide?
They said it was too wide. The ferry boat was 65 feet wide, 260 some feet long.
Yeah. And the bridge
And the
opening?
bridge was 50 feet wide. Open.
Oh.
So,
Well,
but
that
his
makes
theory
sense.
was the ferry boat, it didn't have the hull was very skinny, and then it had a flat deck on it. That at high tide, he would float over the tracks to get through.
Oh, my gosh. Wait, so the tracks would get submerged?
No, when the tide was up high enough, there was
Yeah.
enough room, he thought,
Oh.
to glide over top of the tracks on the one side.
I see.
Yeah.
They thought
The
not.
Jersey Central Railroad didn't agree with him.
Oh, my gosh.
So what he ended up doing was he cut 7 feet off each side of the boat
Oh, my God.
from deck to top.
How the hell did he do that?
Chainsaws and torches.
Where? So he docked
It was
somewhere?
docked next to the, right next to the train bridge at the marina that was there.
Oh, my gosh. So on the Brielle side.
Yeah. on
Wow.
Real.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and then after a month or so, they took it through after it was shaved down.
Wow.
And got it through to where it was berthed in between the bridges.
And there it stayed until,
It stayed until he sold it in the 70s, and I believe it was demolished in the 80s.
and
taken
what
away.
was the idea? You go out on a dinner, you just cruise around the Manasquan
No,
River?
it was stationary. It never left. the
Oh,
dock.
I
Yeah,
see.
It was,
Okay.
yeah, it was too, it drew
And
too
where
much
was it
water
docked?
to do that. It was docked right between the railroad bridge and the Route 35 bridge, where the condos are now.
Oh, okay. Were the condos there?
No,
No,
there was
not at the time.
empty parking lot.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And he had worked out an agreement with them with the landowner there?
No,
to
he
dock
bought
there?
the property.
Oh, he bought it. Okay,
Yeah, he
wow.
bought the property. It had a liquor
Wow.
license. He was always in the restaurant and bar business.
Is that like shipwreck then?
Yeah, it was
Kind of where
next door.
shipwreck- yeah,
Back
yeah,
then,
yeah.
the shipwreck was called the, what was that called?
It was
The Harbor Inn.
the Horrible Inn
Yeah, the Harbor Inn. Yep.
for a while. What
Yeah.
Didn't have the great
And he never,
reputation when
he
I was
didn't tell
21.
anybody what he was doing.
Yeah.
He just showed up one morning with a ferry boat.
Wow. Oh, that is classic.
Yeah.
That is great.
He did have a Dixieland band that he was very successsul with,
That he played it.
that he played in. Actually,
Yeah.
he played the trumpet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. So they had a restaurant on there, and they played. Did you say Dixieland?
Dixieland
Band?
band, yeah.
They played during dinner, like a dinner show.
On weekends, every weekend, like
Every weekend,
Friday,
wow.
Saturday, Sunday nights. Yeah.
And
yeah.
you were. And what did you do?
Well, I was a kid then. I was probably, when he brought it through, 8, 9 years old.
Yeah.
But my whole life, when he did have it, I used to wash dishes there, check coats, and we used to
That
always do
is
some
great.
cool stuff. They used to have music festivals there, jazz festivals.
Wow.
And people like Duke Ellington used to come there once a year
Wow.
and play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Some big hitters.
Yeah.
That's amazing. He seems like anybody who would have this kind of idea has a pretty wild imagination and boldness to them.
Yeah,
Would you, I mean, it must have been interesting
He
growing up.
did a lot of
right-
interesting things during his life.
Yeah.
There was quite a few remarks about breaking the mold when he was
What was his name?
George Mauro.
George Mauro.
Yeah.
Must have been a local legend. What, did he grow up here too, or?
He grew up in Plainfield.
Oh, okay. And moved down here as
When he
to
bought
raise
the
his
ferry
kids?
boat.
Oh, okay. That
We
was
moved
the.
down here, yeah.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
okay.
We lived in Wak Chung
Ah,
and then grew up in Maniloking is where we had a house.
that's great. The house in Maniloking, is this the house that's on Lyman?
It
Was on Lyman.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
gotcha. Now I'm
was.
putting it all together.
Yeah,
Yes,
there you
I
go.
remember.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
On the corner of Lyman and East Avenue.
Yes,
Wow. And that's where you were raised,
yes,
oceanfront.
Yep.
Maniloking. What a beautiful spot.
yeah, it was. It was good growing up there.
Yeah. How many siblings?
I have one sister and 3 brothers.
Very cool. You said that he was in the restaurant business, so the restaurant
Yes.
business was up north
Yeah,
prior to. So he
Yeah.
owned a restaurant up there.
he did. He owned a couple up there.
Okay, and he played in bands just because that was his.
Well, he had his own
interest.
band. It
Yeah.
was his. He played in.
Ah.
It wasn't. He didn't go around.
It
He
was the
actually
George
had his
Mauro
own.
Dixieland
It
band.
was. Yep. Yeah. He had a restaurant with a 100-room hotel in Wak Chung originally.
Wow.
And that was in 1961 or 62. That burned to the ground. Then he reopened.
What was the name of that?
It was called the Washington House.
Oh, okay.
Then he reopened on Route 22 in a building and ran that for a few years and then got the ferry boat idea, and that's when he moved down to the
Wow.
shore.
And did you ever ask him how it came about? How did he get that dream in the middle of the night type of thing, or?
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think somebody mentioned to him that
It was for
they're
sale.
auctioning off these ferry boats, and he said, "Hey, I got an idea."
That is just amazing. How cool. So Maureen, you met your wife. She's from here?
She's from Point Pleasant Beach,
Yes.
also.
Maybe
Yeah.
she'll come and join us, but,
Yeah. Her dad owned the beach house, which
What-
was up on Ocean Avenue.
okay. Might have been before my time. What was
Probably
what was
Hoffman's
there?
Beach House is what it was called.
Is that boardwalks?
Yeah, on the boardwalk, yeah, it's
Oh,
now
okay.
condos on New Jersey.
Oh, Ocean Ave
Yeah,
condos.
yeah, Ocean.
Yeah.
Yes,
I see. Wow. The beach condos, they're called.
yeah.
Yeah. So it was the beach house. Was it like beach houses, like where you go and bathe?
No,
and
no, no,
stuff
it was
like
a big, the original one was a big building.
Okay. What do they
wooden
do out of
building.
there?
It was a bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
so
a
she
bar.
had a bar. Her
Yeah.
family grew up in the
Yeah.
restaurant bar, or
Yep.
at least the bar business.
Yeah. she
Wow,
did.
that must have been a cool spot for a bar.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. During your time,
Um,
was it when you moved down?
well, the
there? Was-
original one, no, I was still younger.
Yeah.
But when they built the new one, because they did have a fire in the original one, they built a new one.
Okay.
That's when we started dating, actually, is when, on the tail end of when her father owned that.
You were washing dishes on the ferry boat, and she was washing
Yeah.
washing mugs out of
Measuring the bottles in the morning on the bar.
That's great. Oh, that's cool. And that was the Chickalese family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great, or is. Cool. So, Jim, you want to just give us a quick run through, just the highlights of what you guys are selling here, and
What we basically strive for is to have a high-quality, seashore-friendly patio furniture. After 40 years, we've seen it all. We've pretty much weeded out all the stuff that doesn't last down here versus getting the stuff that's going to last you 20, 30 years.
yeah.
We have customers that come back to us every day that have bought stuff 20, 30 years ago. And they said the stuff still works, it's just we're tired of it. We
Yeah.
want something new.
It's great because I feel like everything you buy, you see now that comes in from Amazon or wherever else, it's like made to just be trashed. And we're like such a throwaway society that it's rare that anything's built to last anymore.
You're right, yeah.
And it's hard, for you guys too, right? It's like usually stores don't want to be selling products that people can still have 30 years later, but it's,
Right.
but it's the way, the history of when, original furniture, that's the way it was built to last.
It was,
Right?
absolutely, yeah. The online stuff, there's so much on there now, and it just really isn't the quality that you really need.
Yeah.
If you want to get something for 3-4 years, fine, do that, but, if you want to keep it and
Yeah.
be comfortable, you need to go to
It's
a
easy
retailer.
for them to sell garbage because they don't
Yeah,
have to look at
yeah,
somebody in
and
the eyes when it all breaks down
It
and goes
is.
down.
A lot of it's smoke and mirrors. You look at a chair online, you say, hey, that's the same thing I looked at over at Railside. And you get it, and it's about half the size,
Yeah.
half the weight. It just doesn't have the comfort or the quality that you need. You got to put it together.
Yes.
Hopefully, you get all the parts.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. I've been through it, and so
Yeah.
for ease, obviously, you're dialed into what the community wants here. When somebody comes, it's put together.
Yeah,
You guys
everything
will
is put
deliver it
together.
locally
We
for them.
deliver it, and we stand behind it. You have an issue, you come to us, and
You'll
we
deal
help
with
you through
the
it.
yeah. That's great.
So-
And so obviously, we see as we look around, it's dining sets, it's outdoor furniture, it's Adirondack chairs.
Cushions, umbrellas, everything you need for the outside.
So what's the client experience? They come through, they could just, if they don't really know enough, they tell you what they want and you could size it up to fit their needs?
You can. They come in, they think, a lot of times they think they know what they want, and then they're like, wow, I didn't know there was this many options that you can do. And, our biggest thing is, I've been driving by here for 20 years and never knew you had all this stuff
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah,
We thought you just sold Adirondack chairs,
right.
and that's just a small part of it.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful and high quality and lots as we walk through, it's lots of, colors and
Yep.
options. So how do people find you?
Mainly by driving by.
Yeah.
And now it's online. When you look for patio furniture, then everyone in the area, if you're looking in an area, comes up.
And what your hours of
Our hours,
operation?
we're open 7 days a week, 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock, 10 to 4 on Sundays.
You had to be able to lock that gate at the end of the day, or else they'd be knocking on your door upstairs.
Well, that doesn't stop them. They still open
Bang on the gate.
walk in. Yeah, no, they come in and look around.
Yes, human nature. It's funny because we just had clients that bought, well, it was years ago, but we just sold their condo up on Harbor Head, oceanfront, that just gets pelted by these
Yeah.
nor'easterly winds, and it's a small balcony, but they have this furniture that it was during all the snow that we had, so I had to move it around, and I was like, damn. Stuff is heavy, but they were, the people wanted it included. They didn't care about anything
Yeah.
else, but they wanted the outdoor furniture included.
Yeah.
And they'd had it for, it looked brand new. They had it for 5 or 6 years, but it was a great product. So
Yeah.
come check it out.
Come down and,
Oh, I have another question for you. So you have so many iconic little, pieces here to your history, but so your house on Lyman, I always remembered that even after Sandy, what was quote unquote the Audrey Hepburn house would have been
Right.
next, like really close, if not
Yes.
next door,
It
a
was
couple
next
doors
door,
away.
yes. Yep.
Next door. So did you ever see her?
We did.
You did?
We did, yeah, but it was not her house. She was friends with the owner.
Wait, say it again?
It was not her house.
Oh,
She was just good friends with the owner.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how famous she was. She just goes and visits a friend and it becomes named
Yeah.
as the Audrey
Yeah.
Hepburn house.
Yep.
Imagine how many there are in this world.
And that house survived Sandy.
Yes, I
And-
remember it was
yeah.
the only thing sitting. It was
Yeah.
one of the very few sitting
We
there.
lived next to that house for over 50 years and never knew that house was on pilings.
Wow.
Because the sand dunes all the way up to the bottom of the house.
Wow.
It looked just like a, one-story ranch.
And your family house got hit with Sandy.
It did. It
and
disappeared completely.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
totally gone.
That's such a shame. Yeah, must have been hard.
Yep.
Yeah. So the house belonged to a friend of Katharine Hepburn.
Yes.
So I always had it wrong, thinking it was Audrey. I don't even know how they're related, but we'll Google that one.
Yeah.
The internet says that they are both iconic actresses, but there's no relationship.
Oh my gosh, how funny!
Both
Wow.
share the last name, both big-time actresses, but
Yeah.
Wow, how funny. So your house was on the south end of Lyman, and then next door to that on Ocean Avenue,
Yes.
on Main, whatever Ocean Ave was that house. Yeah, it was one of the very few that withstood
Yeah.
Sandy.
Yeah.
And they didn't do anything with it for a decade. It seemed
Uh,
like almost before they took it down.
No, the guy that owned it, he wanted to do something and apparently didn't get approvals for what he wanted to do,
Yeah.
so he moved on. And they split the lots up. It was, that house was on 3 different lots. And they split them up and now there's houses on each lot.
So it's interesting, we look at ourselves in our business, really, we're all working for ourselves in a certain way, and we're, entrepreneurs in our own way. Your whole family seems to be going in has gone in that direction, starting with your dad. Was that something that he kind of passed along to you guys, do you think?
I would assume it kind
Yeah.
of, yeah.
Naturally,
Yeah, the same way, my daughter helps run our place here.
ready to
She
try?
shied away, yep, and then, I don't know, we may have another generation there walking through.
That's great.
Right, Hannah?
That's great. Yeah, I'm always intrigued by, that psychology of, where that comes from for people,
Yeah.
Starting up, doing your own thing. But you guys certainly have done it.